Have you ever looked up the chords of a song because you just wanted to play along with it, just to realize they're much more complicated than you thought? Like, you hear the song and go, oh, that's probably like a really simple chord progression. But then you look it up and realize like everything's a 7th chord and there's like a minor 3 chord to like a flat 3 to 2, 7 to... Dude, what the frick is going on here? I want to do that. How the frick do you make something like that? Tell me now. So here's a few tricks I've noticed others do that are just really cool ways to modulate to another key. Wait, stop. Before we start talking about music theory, let's talk about talking about music theory. Dude, I hate this. Every time you try to watch a music theory video on YouTube, 2 things happen. First, everyone has to have their own way of explaining the basics. Like, do you know what a chord is? What key are you in? Let's call major and minor chords happy and sad chords. Like, brother, your video is titled Using Secondary Dominance to Prove I Am More Binary Than Binary Form. Who do you think is clicking on this video? But then, when we finally get past the previously on music theory recap to the new theory stuff, they go full school lecture mode on us. Like, I don't know if you've ever read like an academic report written by scientists, but essentially what happens is, in order to not confuse anyone on what the scientist is talking about, they'll use big, hyper-specific, and made-up sounding words so that people are just confused in general. And that's music theory videos, even when I'm interested in the topic and want to learn about it. All I really end up getting is just a massive headache. I mean, anyone else experience this? Well, in an effort to not just want to cause a carbon monoxide leak and then take a nap, I'm just gonna make up, I guess, my own just simple, small word terms for everything. I mean, heck, I'll explain it all like it's the, Oregon Trail Simulator. Let's get trailing. Life on the frontier. It's 1848. Crypto rug pools don't exist. Social media hasn't ruined dating yet. And your greatest fear is just to not get dysentery. What a time to be alive. But you find yourself asking, what if life could be better? Greetings, traveler! So you want to go from this key to that key over there? What? Who are you? Well, you'll have to travel the trail. But first, remind me again. Are you a banker, carpenter, or farmer? Are you rich, dumb, or poor? Rich, I'd hope? Then you're a banker. Wonderful. Modulating to a new key is a lot like trying to navigate through the Oregon Trail. If you're rich, then your average experience will probably go like this. So what would you like to buy from my shop? As a banker, you should have plenty of cash to get anything you want. Actually, I'm rich, so I think I'll just take a plane over. What are you talking about? Planes haven't been invented yet. Oh. Wow, would you look at that? Wonder what else the elite aren't telling us about. Being a rich banker is a lot like using the 3 whole step method to modulate. You might think the Oregon Trail is this hard and complex game, where first you need to destabilize the key, then find a pivot chord, ostinato and harmonic Roman numeral analysis. But really, it's just as simple as playing a major chord, going up a whole step and playing a second major chord, then going up another whole step and playing a third major chord. Welcome to Oregon. For example, let's say you're lost in the trail at C major and just spamming 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, just hoping to stumble on a way out. Well, you can just go 1, 2, 3, and now you're in B major. Or heck, you can start with a chord not normally in C major and just go 1, 2, 3, now you're in G sharp major. Yes, this is what the key is called and nothing else. Welcome to your own personal closet of torture. It's as simple as just flying straight to Oregon. Just play 3 major chords going up a whole step every time. But maybe you actually want to play the game instead of just skipping to the end. Well then, you might want to be a carpenter. and you'd be dumb for doing so. Idiot. No one chooses the carpenter. You get less money than the banker and less points than the farmer. There's literally no benefit whatsoever. And that's what the minor 4 method is all about. I'm sorry, no it's not. If you choose to play the game as a carpenter, then you'll get the casual experience. You can buy all the food and supplies you'll ever need at the beginning of the game, not have to ever worry about hunting or learning the terrible controls for it, and just generally be able to tank every random disaster thrown your way. At the end of the day, can you really say you got the full experience? No, but you gotta look around some, laugh when Steve got dysentery, and just overall have a real chill time.
Pretty colors make brain feel good.
And this is like the minor 4 method. It's not a direct flight like being a rich banker, but it's still pretty simple and just makes for a good time. What you do is you play a major chord, turn it minor, then play another major chord, a 4th down. Welcome to Oregon. So let's say I'm in the mountains of C minor. What I can do is play a G sharp major chord.
Yes, G sharp, G sharp, G sharp, G sharp.
G sharp minor chord, and then an E flat major chord. Now I'm in E flat major. It's not as versatile as the 3 whole step method. I can't just literally play any chord, and sometimes this method works better than other times, but most of the time, it just sounds really nice. Like, I'll even play it when I'm not modulating just to get that hopeless, longing feeling that just sounds so good.
Oh hey, how's it going? Random question. What key do you think people played in before they invented all the other keys? Like, which key was the OG? What? No, I'm not high. Well, did you know, to get that classic Bo Burnham sound, all you have to do is play this chord progression? 1, major 3, 6, 4. It's infinitely loopable and just provides instant nostalgia. Kinda like this. Wait, have we done this before?
Now, you might look at all this and say, yeah, well, that's cool and all, but I don't want to just play the game. I want to beat the game. I want the highest score possible, nerd. Then you, my friend, are destined to be a farmer. As the poorest of the bunch, you'll experience everything this game has to offer for the benefit of that 3x point multiplier. Because you don't want to just buy all the supplies you'll need at the beginning of the game and coast the entire trail. You want to be so poor to the point where it makes more sense to buy bullets instead of food, because the only way this family is going to be eating is through your raw hunting skills. You won't just pick random names for your party members. You'll name them after real people in your real life and respond in that same manner when they die of cholera. Cause when you're on that perfect run, but then suddenly Steve breaks both of his legs, Shmeev gets dysentery, Skleev gets lost in the wilderness somehow, thieves come in the middle of the night and steal all your oxen, and then your wagon tips over, causing everyone to drown. You'll just set down the game with a smile, remarking, yep, that's just life on the trail. And that is the turning random minor chords into flat major chords and then going up the circle of fifths, the method. Nice, what a perfect name. Now, your initial thought might be, well, that just sounds hard and complicated. Who would want to do this? But it's actually quite simple. Just play a minor chord, go down a half step and play a major chord, then 5 to 1 to any key you want. So, for example, if we're stuck again in the trails of C major, we can play an A minor chord, then a flat major chord, then 5 to 1 to E flat major, or 5 to 1 to B major. I mean, heck, we can literally just play 2 random chords and it will always sound like we modulate to the key of the second chord. It seems maybe you're still a little confused, so here, maybe this would be better with a real song. There's this band by the name of Tally Hall who have been secretly planning a 3rd album for the past 14 years. I just know it, okay? Trust me, July 17th, 2028, that's all I'm gonna say. And they have this song called Good Day that has several of the methods we just talked about happening at once. Are you with me here? Because this is about to be a doozy of a 30 seconds. They start with a plain baby chord progression of C major, D minor, G major, but then suddenly they use the flat major method and turn the D minor chord into D flat major and then 5-to-1 to B flat major. They then play some chords, but eventually get to a G minor chord, which turns to a G flat major chord, once again using that flat major method. But then at the same time they start the Bo Burnham progression by using the G flat major chord as a 1, B flat major as a major 3, and E flat minor as a 6 before returning back to B flat major. So here's the whole thing without me slowing anything down. But then this time, instead of ending it the same way, they use the 3 whole step method to end on B flat major. Classy. So, while things might seem rough as a poor farmer with extra thought needed to be put into your every action, you look around and notice you're also the one having the most fun. Cause the banker didn't even play the game, just skipped to the end. And the carpenter basically watched a few pixely cutscenes and called it a day.
Make brain feel good.
But you got to experience it all. Every random disaster, having to master the janky hunting controls, getting stuck in the mountains during winter. It all just made that final moment of reaching Oregon feel that much better. Even in recording all this footage, my most memorable moment wasn't the run where everything went right, but the run where thieves stole 7 of my 8 oxen, slowing me to a crawl, all to then have my last oxen die on a patch of bad grass, making it impossible for me to progress, forcing me and my family to just sit there and wait to starve to death because no one wanted to trade with me because earlier I lost all my supplies when my wagon tipped over in the river. So as the sun rises above you as you cross that final river, you look around and just take it all in. Oregon at last. It might have taken the deaths of half my family, but here I am, ready to start my new life. Now, I can just settle down and finally take my rest.
Greetings, traveler. So you want to go from this key to that key over there?
What? Huh? But I was just there.
Well, you'll have to travel the trail. But first, remind me again. Are you a banker, carpenter, or farmer?
Steve, Shmeev, you're alive?
Dude, what the frick is going on?
Yeah, the last thing I remember, I was dying of dysentery in the middle of nowhere, and now I'm here back at the start?
Guys, I think we're trapped in a loop.
Oh no, bro.
Gosh, what are we gonna do?
Bro.
What are we gonna do?
So
We're
done
trapped.
for. This is it.
We're never gonna
This is
get
the end.
out.
This is the
Guys,
end. Don't you see? We've been given a second chance. A chance to make it to Oregon without anyone dying.
Wait, you're right.
Yeah, let's do this. Yeah!
We made it! Yay!
I just don't get it. Why do we keep looping?
Don't you get it? It was never about the destination, but the friends you lost along the way.
What? Who said that?
Howdy! I'm Flowey! Flowey the Flower! Now that I've escaped from the underground, it's time to have some fun!
Yeah!
Oh no, bro!
Why? Why? Weren't you supposed to be stopped by like a child or something?
Yay, more pie! This place is great. I'm glad I decided to stay. Man, I just wish I didn't have such a giraffe neck though. I mean, look at this thing. Jeez, I need like a turtleneck or something. Oof. Oh well, at least I got these crazy dance moves though. Yo, look at me smooth!